Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here, and this is so encouraging to see so many people. All the different signs, term limits, big fan of term limits. But ladies and gentlemen, the electorate has awakened. What a positive sign. And you're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. As I've been traveling around the district, I've been telling everybody, the best way to make a difference is to get involved. And so that's exactly what you're doing, and those in Congress in Washington, D.C. and throughout the country, they're listening. So thank you for all you do. I'd spent 16 months in Iraq, and I wanted to acknowledge all of you that have served in our military. Thank you for your service. I wouldn't be here today had it not been for the brave men and women working in Iraq and Afghanistan, risking their lives every single day. I spent a lot of time in the Middle East as part of the U.S. effort to rebuild Iraq's economy. At the time, unemployment was over 50%, and through the effort of the team that I was a part of at the Defense Department, the State Department, we were able to drive down unemployment to today it's about 18%. So we've made significant progress in just a short period of time. Prior to that, this is very, very important. Before that, I served as a policy advisor at a government relations firm in D.C. where I focused on healthcare, labor, and tort reform. And throughout the course of that year that I was employed at Stateside Associates, I had to read over 1,200 bills. Imagine that, someone having to read bills. Sometimes the bills were so long they took me all day to read just a single bill, 900-page bills. But we read them, but it was important because when our clients had questions, I wanted to make sure that I had answers. And that's the same thing with constituents. When they have questions, our elected officials, they should have answers. I want to talk real quick about a couple of the priorities here in the district and in our state and throughout the country. Our number one priority, jobs, jobs, jobs. And I bring with me a little bit of experience, a couple extra tools in my toolbox from Iraq and focusing on working in war-torn economies and trying to drive down unemployment. We didn't drive down unemployment in Iraq by giving the Iraqi government more power. We didn't drive down unemployment in Iraq by giving Prime Minister Maliki more power. We drove down unemployment by working with individual business and factories. As Ronald Reagan once said, and I'm a firm believer of that, the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. And that's the case in the Middle East, Europe, here. From the government, we're here to help. That's not the case, and that's not the case here today. So number one priority is to get jobs back to our community. Secondly, talk about healthcare real quickly. You can't talk about healthcare reform without talking about tort reform. Let's end defensive medicine and frivolous lawsuits and allow our doctors and nurses to do their jobs. I was honored to have a 2-star general in town with me. He just left yesterday to support my candidacy, and I had my announcement a couple of nights ago. Major General Butch Pear served with him for 6 months in Iraq. But in talking about health care, we cannot forget about our veterans. We cannot forget about our veterans. And I would spend time when I was back home and to tour Walter Reed and just to say thank you to our soldiers and try to get along to as many VA hospitals as I possibly can, whether in the district or not. But I am ashamed when I walk into these VA hospitals and the treatment that our heroes are receiving. So we need to make sure that we never forget our heroes and that we always take care of them. So, Mark Vargas, I'm running for Congress here in the 14th Congressional District. Certainly appreciate your support. Be happy to answer questions. And I'll be here around to get petition signatures. But jobs, jobs, jobs. And secondly, we cannot forget that we're a country at war. Let's take care of our troops. Let's support them. And let's make sure when they get back home, we can take care of them. Thank you very much.